What's crack-a-lackin', it's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so, and we're back for Weekly Pick'em. Basically, we take a look at Week 14 and we pick who we think is going to win. And I'll go over the over-unders. Last week didn't do so well, went 6-10, is what it is. There was a lot of upsets, and the one upset I went for, it definitely went the other way. Those Cardinals are not as good as I thought they were. But before we get into that, I will be streaming tonight on twitch.tv/Broshmo Gaming. I'll be playing a little Pokemon, but I'll be also watching the Thursday night football game. So if you want to come and chat about that, feel free to do so. Also, some future projects going on, not too far in the future, but next week we'll have, the bowl prediction show, I guess if you want to call it. I'm just going to be going through the bowl games and seeing who thinks has the best shot, or who we think has the best shot, and then also, probably do this at the end of week 17. We're going to do a report card on basically this past draft class, how each team did, and yeah, we'll take a gander at that. That ought to be fun. This is in the future, I'll be live streaming the Combine, and I'll be live streaming the Senior Bowl. So, hey man, got some cool stuff in the future. I got more plans going on, but that's for another time. Let's go ahead, let's get into these picks, because we got the first Thursday night game that's popping off in just 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and take a look at Dallas versus Chicago. I got Dallas winning. I don't know how they can lose this game. Chicago's trying to lose. Oh, that's not true. They played pretty well, but I mean, just look at what David Blau did to Chicago's defense last week. I think Prescott will be fine. Chicago may be a little competitive, but I got him winning 24-14. Over-under is 42.5 in favor of Dallas. Next game we got is my Dolphins. Fins up, everybody. Fins up. Dolphins versus Jets. I got Dolphins winning 24-22. Over-under is 45.5. And the Jets are a 5.5 favorite after the Dolphins demolished them just a few weeks ago. So I don't know, man. I think Sam Darnold hasn't looked too good. I think he's seeing ghosts again. But, man, the Dolphins, their offense is looking really good. They're coming off a big win against the Eagles. So I feel good about this pick. I feel good about the Dolphins. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. And I got the Falcons win 27-16. Over under 47. Atlanta is the favorite. This is now the Ron Rivera. This is the post-Ron Rivera era. So I don't know, typically teams play really well after their coach gets fired. I don't know why. It's a weird trope that goes on there. I don't think that'll be the case. Atlanta's played pretty decently recently, especially their defense, so I'm going to go with Atlanta in that one. Next, we got Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. I got the Ravens. You think the Bills can stop the Ravens? If the Bills win this game, if they beat the Ravens, I'm going to go Bills all the way. I'm going to say Bills win every game from here on out. I'm done doubting the Bills. I doubted them last week against Dallas. Dallas hasn't been that great of a team this year, though. So I feel like every time I want to be like, okay, this is the turn point. This is where the Bills are serious. They're not just a mediocre team. Then they lose to the Eagles. Be like, okay, well, they're not in that tier yet. Then it's like, oh, they're not ready for the Cowboys. And then they mollywop the Cowboys. But it's like, oh, okay, well, the Cowboys aren't that great this year either. They're 6-6. I don't know. This is a defining game. If they can beat the Ravens, even if, I don't care if the game's at home, if they can beat the Ravens, I'm on board. I'm on board, Bills Mafia. Over under is 43.5. I'm right about there. Baltimore is a 5.5 favorite. So next game, we got Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. This is my upset pick. I'm going with the Bengals. The red hot Andy Dalton led Bengals. I got them winning 24-20. Over under 42 points. And Cleveland's a 7.5 point favorite. I don't know, man. This offense just works a lot better with Andy Dalton. And after a hot start to the game last week for Baker Mayfield and company, they really cooled off against Pittsburgh. And I just don't have faith in Cleveland. I just don't, unfortunately. Next game, we got the Redskins versus the Green Bay Packers. Over under is 42 points. Packers are 12.5 point favorites. Wow. I got them winning 24-10. I think the Packers, they have a knack for when they're in control of a game. they kind of pull off the pedal. I know there's those few instances where they just continue to go off, like last week against the Giants or against Oakland. I don't think that's the case. And the Raiders are notorious for just milking the clock. So game could be over real quick. I mean, literally, it might be just a 2.5 hour game. But I don't see any way that the Redskins can win this game. Next game we got Vikings versus Detroit. Minnesota, I think they're going to rebound well, 30-17. I love how Kirk Cousins played this whole season. He looks like a different Kirk Cousins. I know it was a tough end of the game last week for Minnesota against Seattle, but Seattle's a really good team. Detroit is not. They got an undrafted rookie at quarterback. I think they're going to get eaten alive. I do think they will put up some points. 43 over and under, and 13-point favorites for the Vikings, and that's where I have it right now. And then next game, this might be game of the week. This is going to be a good game. We got the 49ers versus the Saints. Over-under is 44.5. I have the Saints edging out 49ers at home, 27-24. I know I haven't really gotten on this 49er bandwagon. I feel like I'm constantly picking them to lose this week, that week. But this one was really tough, and I just decided to go with the home team. I know the Saints, they haven't really played that well last few weeks, but they haven't played losing football. So I'm gonna roll. This was a tough one. This was a coin toss. I just went with the home team, and it's the Saints. They are a 2.5-point favorite. I guess Vegas is going with them being at home as well. Next game. Oh, man, we got the Colts versus the Buccaneers. I got the Buccaneers winning, and I thought this would be an underdog. Like, I thought I was picking the underdog here. Apparently not. Vegas says nah. They have the Bucs as a 3-point favorite. It's 47-point over-under. I think it could go over that. 47 points. Yeah, they could go over that. I got them winning 31-24. I know it's Jameis Winston, but, dude, they're playing well. The defense is actually playing pretty well. Secondary is looking really good. Let me reel back on that. The secondary is looking improved. So, yeah, I think the Buccaneers can pull this one out. Next game we got is the Texans versus the Broncos. I got Texans win this one actually pretty closely, 24-19. I really like Drew Lock. Looked really good last week against Chargers, and he can do the same because we know that Houston defense ain't all that. Okay, they were able to stop Brady, but Brady, that whole offense has been struggling. That's not that impressive to me. The win's impressive against the Patriots. Them slowing down the Patriots offense, not that impressive to me. I think Denver will be able to get a few shots in here. They got a solid run game as well, but it won't be enough. Deshaun Watson's just a really good quarterback. And then we got the over-under, by the way, is 41.5. And we got the Chargers versus the Jaguars. Chargers, 3-point favorites. They're 42.5-point over-under. I'm not picking the Jaguars anymore. Every time I think the Jaguars are going to turn a corner, they don't. I got the Chargers winning an ugly one, 20-19. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care even if they're Uncle Rico led. I freaking feel like every time I pick the Jaguars, they lose. So I'm done. Next game, Tennessee versus Oakland. I got Tennessee continuing to ride this win streak. 26-17 win in this game. Over-under is 48 points, and Tennessee's a 2.5-point favorite. Dude, Ryan Tannehill's a monster. Oakland's laying down for any and all takers outside of Ryan Finley. But, yeah, dude, I think this is going to be a good game for the Tennessee Titans and Ryan Tannehill. I do think Derek Carr and the offense will look much better than they did against Kansas City, though. And this might be game of the week. We got 3 really good games this week. We got a few really good games. Kansas City versus New England. I'm going with Kansas City. They're hot. 28-24. Over/under is 48.5 points. The Patriots are a 3-point favorite. It is in Foxborough. But like I said, the Patriot offense has really been slow out the gates. And you know what? This Kansas City defense has looked better and better each week. This defense is actually playing really well. So I think they could slow down Tom Brady. And this is an ice-cold offense right now for the Patriots. I think they could come in just slinging the ball. I like Kansas City in this game. Next game we got is the Steelers versus the Cardinals, and I'm going with the Cardinals again after they burnt me last week. Got them winning 24-21 in a close game. Over under 43 points. Pittsburgh is the 2.5 point favorite, but I think the Cardinals at home will look much better than they did. I know that their defense is trash, but it's not like Pittsburgh is lighting the world on fire with their offense. I mean, they got the duck at quarterback. So you know they're going to probably rely a little bit on the run game. They'll occasionally take the shot downfield to James Washington. I think the Cardinals can do enough to win this game. And for the Sunday night game, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the St. Louis Rams. I got Seattle winning 30-24. This was a banger of a game last time we got it. I think we got it. It was Monday Night Football though, and yeah, I mean the line's right now even, which is wild. But over under is 46.5. The game went over last time. I have the game going over again. This time, Seattle. Dude, it's hard to pick against the MVP runner-up right now, Russell Wilson. Just saying that. And for the Monday night game, we got a banger. We got the Giants versus the Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles. 28-16. Over under 45 points. Eagles 9.5 point favorites. It's Eli Manning at quarterback. It ain't changing the outcome. Congratulations, Eagles. You need this win to keep pace with the soon-to-be 7-6 Cowboys. The NFC East does not look that good. But that's it for the video. Go ahead and do the YouTube thing. Become a bro and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.